Have you ever felt unseen? In our reading today in Ruth, we're going to see that Ruth thought no one saw her, but someone was watching. We're also going to see Boaz become the kinsman redeemer. Let's read Ruth chapter 2. We're going to go from, it's going to be a big hunk today because we're going to finish up chapter 2. So from chapter 2, verse 4 through 23. While she was there, Boaz arrived from Bethlehem and greeted the harvesters. "The Lord be with you," he said. "The Lord bless you," the harvesters replied. We see in this that Boaz was a very kind man and that he loved the Lord. Then Boaz asked his foreman, "Who is that young woman over there? Who does she belong to?" And the foreman replied, "She is the young woman from Moab who came back with Naomi. She asked this morning if she could gather grain behind the harvesters. She has been hard at work ever since, except for a few minutes in the rest of the shelter." So here we see Ruth is being seen, even though she doesn't know she's being seen, but other people are noticing her hard work. Boaz went over and said to Ruth, "Listen, my daughter, stay right here with us when you gather grain. Don't go to any other fields. Stay right behind the young women working in my field. See which part of the field they are harvesting and then follow them. I have warned the young men not to treat you roughly, and when you are thirsty, help yourself to the water they have drawn from the well." Ruth fell at his feet and thanked him warmly. "What have I done to deserve such kindness?" she asked. "I am only a foreigner." "Yes, I know," Boaz replied, "but I also know about everything you have done for your mother-in-law." See, Ruth's reputation preceded her, even when she didn't know it. People were watching, people were taking notice, and Boaz had been told. "I have heard how you left your father and mother and your own land to live here among complete strangers. May the Lord, the God of Israel, under whose wings you have come to take refuge, reward you fully for what you have done." And again, Ruth was a Moabite, so she was not at this point following Yahweh, but she was learning about Yahweh, and she was following Ruth, who was following Yahweh. So she was practicing what Ruth was practicing, and people had noticed that too. And Boaz asked that God would take her under his wings. "I hope I continue to please you, sir," she replied. "You have comforted me by speaking so kindly to me, even though I am not one of your workers." At mealtime, Boaz called to her, "Come over here and help yourself to some food. You can dip your bread in the sour wine." So she sat with his harvesters, and Boaz gave her some roasted grain to eat. She ate all she wanted and still had some left over. When Ruth went back to work again, Boaz ordered his young men, "Let her gather grain right among the sheaves without stopping her, and pull out some heads of barley from the bundles and drop them on purpose for her. Let her pick them up and don't give her a hard time." So Ruth gathered barley there all day, and when she beat on the grain that evening, it filled an entire basket. She carried it back into town and showed it to her mother-in-law. Ruth also gave her the roasted grain that she had left over from her meal. "Where did you gather all this grain today?" Naomi asked. "Where did you work? May the Lord bless the one who helped you." So we see here that Ruth and Naomi are starting to receive their harvest. "May the Lord bless the one who helped you." So Ruth told her mother-in-law about the man in whose field she had worked. She said, "The man I worked with today is named Boaz." "May the Lord bless him," Naomi told her daughter-in-law. "He is showing his kindness to us as well as to your dead husband. That man is one of our closest relatives, one of our family redeemers." And here this is kinsman redeemer. It's Goal. Goal is the kinsman redeemer. Boaz was their kinsman redeemer. He was the relative. Then Ruth said, "What's more, Boaz even told me to come back and stay with his harvesters until the entire harvest is completed." So not only is God providing, God is providing more than enough for Ruth and Naomi. "Good," Naomi exclaimed. "Do as he said, my daughter. Stay with his young women right through the whole harvest. You might be harassed in other fields, but you'll be safe with him." So Ruth worked alongside the women in Boaz's fields and gathered grain with them until the end of the barley harvest. Then she continued working with them through the wheat harvest in early summer, and all the while she lived with her mother-in-law. So we see God here providing for Ruth and Naomi through their kinsman redeemer. If we look ahead, we see Jesus is our more than enough, and Jesus is our kinsman redeemer. And when we feel like we're not seen, when we feel like we're forgotten, he sees us. Our reputations precede us with people. People are seeing, but more importantly, he is seeing. He takes notice, and he rewards us in our harvest. Thanks for watching this week. Next week, we'll do chapter 3 in Ruth. I'll see you then.